myself. Take me right back to the start.
Hello guys, it's BlazeMax here and welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna play a different game. So since we've gotten into the visual novels, we're gonna play Lucid9. This is a horror novel, and yeah, I step back and examine my masterpiece. Perfect, my favorite color. I've always loved red. It's different, brilliant, vibrant, unusual, a happy animal. Just like me. Red isn't much for nature. Really, it only shows up in autumn, and even then, it's a dreary rust or nauseating cherry. And we just can't have that. Not when it deserves so much more. A whispering breeze filters through my thoughts, brushing against my skin with icy fingers. I allow myself a moment to pause, to relish, to admire, to welcome the fresh scent of freedom. This is what I live for. When I open my eyes, I spot a frail leaf dancing upon the backbone of the pressing wind, afflicting the world with its appealing shade of asparagus. I pluck it from its branch with the edges of my stained fingernails. Disgusting. How anyone could enjoy this color eludes me. A soft groan redirects my attention to my waiting masterpiece. It's lovely, really, spread across the ground, face contorted with fear, twitching, cold fingers clutching at a tear. Not my best work. Unfortunately, the canvas died much quicker than I had originally expected, even when I tried to carve a bit slower. Well, no matter. Today it shall be a palette for my paint. I make quick work of my new palette's chest, ignoring the twitching of post or its reflexes from its mutilated kneecaps. Fuck. I dip my finger into the settling pool of blood. It's warm, sticky, like syrup or settling gelatin. The sweet scent wafts to my nostrils. It smells of iron, of rust, of all things sharp and beautiful. Now, a new canvas. I check my surroundings, evaluating the surfaces and textures, the sizes and shapes of every object in sight. None are quite so satisfactory as human skin with its elasticity, its porous absorption, its initially warm tint. But a substitute is required, so a substitute I must find. Presently, I realize that I'm still holding that eyesore of a leaf in my hand. Well, I suppose it will have to do. In one bold flute stroke, I swap my paint across the leaf, the very essence of Van Gogh himself. Ah yes, dear Vincent, the man cut off his own ear to send a message when words just didn't suffice. I always admired his style. I take a moment to appreciate the leaf's newfound radiance before searching for a properly display. Something like this deserves to be exhibited. I hang my canvas back on its branch. That's better. If only there was more of this color in the world. The unexpected interlude of my film drives me out of my thoughts. The irritating thing just loves to ruin the climax. Yes, Is it done? You're always in such a rush. Well, yes, it's done. I was having a moment. There's more where that came from. You interrupted me. You're the one who wanted to know when it was finished. A thrill leaps through my veins as my lips pull into a keenest smile. Well, is it? Same time, same place as usual. You know the drill. I nearly clapped my hands, but asked myself for one final word. Understood. I cut the transmission and eagerly withdraw a small bottle from within my jacket. Only one pill left, but no matter. I'll be getting more soon enough. I popped the final capsule into my mouth, puncturing its skin with my teeth and rolling the bitter gel over my tongue. Now, this is life. As a wave of euphoria sweeps through me, I turn from my handiwork, strolling out of the meadow. The day's fun is over, but tomorrow will hold just as many pleasures. Yama Ishimoto. Huh? I sluggishly pull my head upward, fixing my eyes on the woman in the front of the classroom. Are you even listening? I hide an instinctive smirk. Technically, no. I've always found napping more appealing than relearning history that's been drilled into me since age 6. Not that I can actually say that. In all honesty, this teacher doesn't deserve that kind of callous response. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Summarize the whole section we've been reviewing. I glanced at the touchscreen board mounted behind the teacher, quickly skimming over the graphics and typography hovering on its surface. History of Isamu, our glorious metropolis, beginning 2000 AD. Oh, easy. Life was really boring for a while. We weren't in debt, weren't at war, and we're basically doing nothing interesting. The teacher's lips burst into a thin line as the classroom erupts into snickers. I feel the slightest tinge of regret and rein in my sarcasm. Then in 2007, America entered a debt crisis that caused a worldwide financial crash. Japan was one of the countries most affected by this, well, second to China. And why might that be? Because we were dumb about who we partner with. She taps her fingers impatiently on her desk, her eyes narrowing into slits. Well, she asked me to summarize the chapter. She didn't ask me how. Anyway, our glorious government didn't handle the situation so hot, so we had a lovely depression with all-time highs of unemployment and crime. Good effort, gold star. The teacher waves her hands as the class roars with laughter. Right, that's enough. I'll be needing to talk with you after class about your attitude, young man. In other news, grass is green. Elizabeth, perhaps you can salvage this explanation. She gestures a few seats to my right, where my lavender-haired classmate sits, her spine as straight as a ruler. I feel a curdle of distaste in the pit of my stomach as I lounge against my chair. Of course, Elizabeth Hoshiro, class valedictorian, school poster child, and the area's golden girl. Nap time. I settle my head in my arms as Elizabeth leaps to her feet, smiling warmly. Certainly, during this time, Japan fell into chaos. Public demonstrations, often violent, occurred almost every day. Furthermore, political scandals regarding the national government kept spreading. The teacher relaxes at Elizabeth's textbook recitation. She even shoots a quick glare in my direction, as if to say, "See? Why can't you be like Elizabeth?" "Because I'm not a girl, you fucking bit." Eventually, local political powers became more effective than the centralized administration. Hence why Isamu operates as smoothly as it does. Yes, thanks to the Major's efforts. Perfectly done, Elizabeth. Elizabeth smiles primly and settles back into her seat, fixing her eyes on me with challenging disapproval. I only shrug my shoulders, sending her an easy smirk. Oh, beautiful and brainy. She might be worthy enough to make my list. I glance to my left just in time to catch another classmate, Yahiko Ikari, winking conspicuously at Elizabeth. She clearly ignores him. Well, that's Yahiko for you. I can't remember a day where he hasn't tried to flirt with some girl or another, nor can I remember a day where he wasn't flat out rejected. Technically, he's my former roommate, which makes him my friend for over 2 years. How close of a friend? Well, that's up for a debate. Huh. She managed to deflect my charms. I wonder how. Me too. No one can resist the Yahiko Ikari. Yahiko! Yahiko clamps his mouth shut at the teacher's strident command. She leans heavily against her desk, massaging her temples with her fingers. Alright, class. Thanks to Elizabeth, we've seen where we come from. I'm sure you're all wondering what the point of this history recap was. Not really, no. We must study the past to understand the future. As such, it's imperative that the next topic we taken seriously. So, where do you all see yourself 10 years from now? I'm barely able to stifle a snort. It's only, the second day of school. Sure, this is a third-year class. Sure, we're preparing for the college entrance exam. Does that mean that we have to know exactly what we want to do for the rest of our lives? The teacher pointedly looks at me, a hard glint in her eye. Yama Ishimoto, perhaps you'd like to get us started. I'm tempted to say no thank you, but that'd be pretty rude. I'll manage my parents' restaurants, I guess. The teacher's lips tighten ever so slightly. I know what she's thinking. No passion, no ambition. He will be a failure at this one. I'll pay the bills. What more can I ask for? Really, dude? Out of anything you could have picked, you picked a restaurant manager? Well, what would you suggest? Add a bunch more, dude. Like women and cars. And he criticizes me for lack of mind imagination. Come on, it's 10 years. Anything can happen. The teacher shoots him a disapproving glare as his voice raises dramatically in volume. Ah, Yahiko, thank you for volunteering. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Yahiko beams, and I feel so suddenly sense of dread. Here goes his dream, the one that I've heard no less than 200 times before. Well, teach, I see myself with a Ferrari F500 under one arm, a Lamborghini Aventador 704 under the other, and a lot of beautiful women in between, fighting for the honorable privilege of bearing my children. The class stares at him. Oh heck, let's have some fun. I whispered to him. What about the mansion? Right, take all that and put it in front of a 20,000 square foot mansion intended to by a staff of 1,000 maids. Where is it located? Oh, it's in the Caribbean, on an island, a man-made island specifically constructed just for me, with my name, laser engraved into the hills, so that every plane that flies by sees that it belongs to. That's quite enough, Yahiko. Thank you for your input. Clearly, she doesn't believe in his dream. Actually, I don't think anyone except Yahiko believes in his dream. Then again, Yahiko has enough belief to make up for everyone else. Now, Umiko, what about you? As the rest of our classmates drone on about joining some kind of mega corporation like Lemnis Cage or Way Forward Permanency. What the fuck is that? I lean closer to Yahiko. You forgot some things. I did? The walk-in closet just for designer shoes, the private jet, a second mansion in Tahiti. Oh crap, I did. Hey, teach! Fortunately for the teacher, the school bell rang before he can grab her attention. My classmates immediately shoved their belongings into their bags and bolted for the door. Meanwhile, Yahiko headed straight for the teacher's desk. Eyes lit with excitement as he gabbers on and on about his yacht and his designer shoes and his private jet and his second mansion in Tahiti. A restaurant manager? Huh. And then there is Elizabeth, similar to Yahiko's. Now, because she shifts her backpack squeaking into the desk and raises a patronizing eyebrow at me. Well, sorry for being realistic, Mrs. CEO of a mega corporation. Sorry that I actually had a mission. Mr. Manager of the family restaurant. What? Should I have talked about having matching cars and beans on my own personal island? You didn't even shoot for a restaurant, not on your own parents. You don't kick the bucket one day. Might as well be the one that takes over. Okay. So, this is, I don't know how to explain, but this story is kind of different. A little bit. From the other visual novels, but it might change. We will see in the next episodes. So, this was episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button. By the way, don't forget to click on the bell button. Just you need to click that. It's really important for me and yourself else. By the way, subscribe and peace. Stay hard. I will see you next episode.